Today we're going to go over the sit command and why it is very important to keep on practicing that basic obedience command. But first, let's talk about the 90 days of reinforcement. Your dog is currently completing the structured board and train program at the dog services. They are learning the obedience commands, but the training doesn't end when they come home. It actually transfers to you. That is why I have created so many of these videos and put them into your own personal playlist. For your dog to respect you as a leader, you must reinforce what they have learned consistently at home. Let's look at it from a brain science and behavior modification standpoint, because it does take time. Neurological habits, brain science. Dogs learn through repetitions. Neural pathways in the brain need consistent reinforcement to become hardwired, which will not happen until the end of the 90 days at home. Just like humans learning a new skill, the more times it's repeated correctly, the stronger and faster the response becomes. On an average, it will take 60 days for the behavior to be seen as second nature, but another 30 days, meaning for a total of 90 days, to be hardwired. Behavior modification. Many of the old habits your dog had before training don't just disappear. They fade as new behaviors are reinforced. And I'm sure you were able to see it as we are sending all of the update videos. However, if structure is inconsistent at home, the dog may revert. Practicing obedience commands daily for a total of 90 days ensures the new behavior becomes the default. Respect transfer. During board and train, your dog learns to respect the trainer. At home, they must learn to respect you in the same way. The only way this will happen is through consistent follow through for 90 days. By the end of the 90 days, obedience is no longer just a practice, it's your dog's lifestyle. Think of it this way: the first 60 days is to cement the foundation, and the other 30 days is to make it permanent. Now, why sit matters? The sit command is one of the core basic obedience commands your dog has already learned during the training. It's more than just a simple command, it's a tool for building calmness, patience, and impulse control. While your dog already knows how to sit, the key now is making sure they listen to you consistently. For the first 90 days at home, reinforcing sit through structured drills teaches your dog that your direction matters in every situation, not just with a trainer. Benefits of reinforcing sit when your dog is back home. It will strengthen your leadership and your dog's respect for you. It will build reliability so your dog listens even in distracting situations. It will prevent unwanted behaviors such as jumping, pulling, or pushing ahead. It will create a calm default position your dog can always fall back on. Now let's go over the different type of sit that your dog knows. Heel sit, which is sit while walking. When you stop during a walk, your dog should automatically sit next to you in heel position. At the beginning, you may have to remind your pup to sit, and that is okay. This teaches your pup to stay calm, controlled, and prevents pulling when you stop. Front sit, meaning sitting in front of you. Your dog sits directly facing you when you ask. This is useful for engagement, check-in, and recall practice. Recall sit, meaning sit after the come command. After being called to come, your dog finishes by sitting in front of you. This ensures recall ends in structure, not chaos or bouncing. It will also ensure that your dog truly come back to you instead of doing what I call a drive-by. This is very important for safety. Threshold sit, sit before permission. Your dog sits before going through a doorway, gate, crate, or into the car. This prevents rushing and reinforces patience. It will also sit before getting off the car. All of this is also for safety. Default sit, when the pup offers sit without command. Your dog has learned that sitting calmly is often the best way to earn direction, guidance, or attention from you. You may see your pup choose to sit when waiting for you, and this should always be calmly acknowledged by you. How to reinforce sit at home. At the dog services, your dog was trained without using food. They have already learned to respond to clear communication, guidance, and structure. At home, your role is to stay consistent with give the command once, say sit in a calm, confident tone. 2. Expect compliance. If they hesitate, use leash pressure or special pressure to guide them into the sit. 3. Use your markers correctly. A yes is a reward marker. Use this the moment the bottom touches the ground. Good is a continuous marker. Use this to encourage them to keep holding the sit. Then use the command release, which is the word break, when it's time for your dog to move. What happens if your dog still will not sit? If you have gone through the problem-solving steps, leash pressure, leash pop with the no, and your dog is still not responding, it may not be stubbornness. It can be a sign that your dog is overloaded, anxious, or mentally tapped out. Just like people, dogs have a threshold where the nervous system can't process more information. When this happens, pushing harder often creates more resistance. In these cases, pause the session, take a short break, lower the intensity of the environment, do not get frustrated, and give your dog a chance to decompress. Sometimes stepping back, doing a simpler exercise they already know, like let's go, or moving them to a quieter space help reset the brain. Once they are calmer, you can try again. In the videos in your assigned playlist, we have discussed your dog's specific body language and individual challenges. It's very important to observe the signals and understand what your dog is communicating before pushing them beyond the threshold. Success in training is not about forcing the command. It's about recognizing when your dog is ready to respond and setting them up to succeed. So, how do you know your dog is being stubborn versus your dog has tapped out? Very simple. By going over the body language cue that I've shared with you in your videos and during the one-on-one training. That will be the only way for you to pair up and know if your dog is just being sassy or if your dog truly has tapped out. So, what are the 90 days training drills for SIT? As we mentioned, consistency is the key to transferring training from our program to your home. For the next 90 days, practice SIT in structured, everyday scenarios, always requiring follow through. Number one, here's some example. Sit before meals. Sit calmly until you say break. Sit at thresholds. Sit before doors, gates, crate, car load up, or unloading from the car. Sit for greetings. Sit calmly before greeting family, guests, or strangers. Sit on walks. Heel to sit automatically when you stop. Practice multiple times each walk. Sit under distractions. Practice at home with noise, toys, activity, then in public, like parks, stores, playground, games, etc. There are so many ways to practice the sit when you are out and about. One of my favorite way is to actually go shopping with your pup. Remember that training drills should be in your everyday life and it should be fun for you and for your pup. Your goal is for your dog to sit no matter what's going on around them. Now I'm going to go into more details over the problem-solving steps of what to do when your dog does not sit. Even though your dog knows to sit, they may test the boundaries or resist at times. Just like human, dogs are imperfect and we can't expect them to be trained like machines. So at times, they may just give you a little attitude. So number one, we talked about leash pressure. There should be guidance, not forced. Apply steady, gentle pressure straight up on the leash. Do not jerk. Do not lift your dog off the ground. Do not create more tension than it needs to be. And be very patient. The pressure should be consistent, not on and off. Think of it as holding the leash until the dog figures out the answer. The dog is in charge of releasing the pressure by sitting down. The moment your dog sits, release the pressure immediately and mark with a yes. If the dog does not sit within 2 to 3 seconds, calmly repeat the command sit and apply pressure again. Please be patient. Consistency is the key. Usually, pet owners like to rush these steps, and it should absolutely not be rushed. It will create frustration with the dog and a lack of bonding with you. Now let's talk about leash pop with verbal marker no. If your dog clearly refuses or ignores the sit command, you may correct with a leash pop. A leash pop is a quick, wrist-driven flick on the leash, not a yank with your arm. At the same moment, say no in a firm but calm voice. Immediately re-give the command sit. When your dog complies, mark with a yes and calmly praise. Remember, the correction is not about punishment. It's about providing clarity. Pressure guides, a pup corrects, and praise reinforces the right choice. Let me repeat. Pressure guides, a pup corrects, and praise reinforces the right choice. Common mistakes to avoid. Repeating the command, say it once, then follow through. I did mention when to repeat the command again in this earlier video. Excitable praise. Overexcitement causes the dog to pop up. Keep praise calm. Inconsistency. Skipping drills or being lenient weakens reliability, especially in the first 90 days. Long-term goal. With daily reinforcement, sit becomes a non-negotiable obedience command your dog respects in all settings, whether walking with you, in front of you, at recall, or before a threshold. Your dog will sit promptly, calmly, and consistently. This command becomes second nature, a way to keep your dog safe, respectful, and connected to you.